Hello everyone. No doubt swimming is great, especially if you know how to swim, the weather is warm and you can see some kind of friendly pond quite nearby. Grab a towel, a bathing suit and enjoy the water. But stop! Before diving, check if your lake or the river is safe for swimming, no warning signs nearby, and the reservoir doesn't appear in the list of dangerous places for swimming. For example, in ours, because these are 10 places in which it's better not to swim, ever. Let's get it on. Beaches of Mumbai. In the populated coastal city of Mumbai in India, there are quite a few beaches, and this isn't surprising. In the end, when you have the Arabian Sea by your side, you need to use it. Unfortunately, most of these beaches are found to be unsuitable for bathing, and it's all because of wastewater. A huge amount of untreated liquid flows into the sea along the entire coast, leaving behind a ton of diverse debris. Despite the fact that there's a sewage system in the city, most of the waste passes it by and eventually gets to the sea. This is mainly due to the habit of slum dwellers throwing any garbage directly into the storm drains, from where it eventually ends up on the beach. Yes, it's the 21st century, and the situation with pollution isn't getting any better. It's simply dangerous to swim in the coastal waters because of the possibility of contracting some nasty disease. People who still dare to swim in the sea complain about the itching and disgusting red rash that appears on the skin. Even the most popular beach of Mumbai, Chowpatty, is polluted by bacteria so much that the figure is 4 times higher than the norm. But even this doesn't stop the locals, and the coast is still in great demand, especially during the national holidays. Lake Onondaga. In the 19th century, Lake Onondaga, located near New York, was a popular place for recreation. Here was a real resort area with a bunch of hotels, park areas and restaurants. But times have changed, and a crystal clear lake along with the coast has turned into a part of a large industrial complex, which, as you understand, couldn't end with anything good. In 1901, the Onondaga water, saturated with nitrates, phosphates, mercury and pathogenic bacteria, was banned from cooking. However, industrial pollutions continued, and in 1940 the authorities imposed a ban on bathing in the lake, and in 1970 there was a ban also for fishing. Honestly, we don't know why 70 years have passed between the ban on the water and the fish that swim in this water, but we of course are not environmentalists. In the end, they forbade the discharge of harmful waste, and then installed several cleaning facilities, and the situation began to slowly improve. Very, very slowly. Well, we wouldn't advise you to swim here, even if you want to, a lot. New Smyrna Beach. This lovely beach, located in Florida in the United States, is considered one of the most successful places to conquer the waves. In 2012, the National Geographic magazine called New Smyrna Beach one of the top 20 cities in the world for surfing. And that means something, right? Here you can do fishing, take a sailing trip or a motorboat, and swim with sharks. Due to the fact that the coastal waters are just full of the most diverse fish, a lot of ocean predators are attracted here too. Add to this the popularity of the beaches to surfers, and you'll get the world capital of shark attacks. This is not a joke. The scientists conducted a large study and found out that the largest number of confirmed shark bites in the world is recorded here. Not far from New Smyrna Beach, it was also possible to catch blunt sharks, which are considered to be the most aggressive predators that can only be met in the water. And in June 2011, the photographer of the newspaper The Orlando Sentinel was able to fix the moment of a 1.2 meter long short grey shark jumping through the surfer. But even so, the beach still attracts tourists. Well, it looks like they have very strong nerves. Samsan Hull. In the Gulf of Thailand, not far from Pattaya, there's a place called the Samsan Hull. Its depth reaches 90 meters, and this is the deepest place in the whole bay. But depth is not the most dangerous because there's strong currents. Extreme divers who decided to descend to the hole have to fight them, and the visibility under the water varies from 3 to 20 meters, which only worsens the situation. Also, the danger is that the Samsan Hull is located right on the line of shipping lines of tankers between the islands. So, depths, currents, poor visibility, and the need to stay out of the ship's way Isn't that enough for you? Well, there are some barracudas. They aren't very friendly, but they'd happily attack everything that looks like food. And in conditions of poor visibility, divers become so delicious, you know. In addition, a lot of unexplored ordnance left by the US Navy lies at the bottom. The Samsan Hull resembles a very deep military dump, ready to explode at any time. Still want to swim there? Bolton Strid. Let's clarify. No, despite the name, the Bolton Strid has nothing to do with the Bolton house from the Game of Thrones, although this few meters wide small mountain stream has a very bad reputation. They say that it swallows people, like literally swallows, and it's worth only getting into the creek to disappear forever. The thing is that there's a deep abyss underwater, capable of instantly tightening anyone who gets into it. To understand where a little creek took such a thirst for blood, it's enough to go a little upstream. A few kilometers up, a small stream will expand to a full river in a couple of tens of meters. This is the Wharf River, calmly flowing through the territory of Yorkshire County. But when it comes to the Bolton Abbey area, it puts on a narrow gap, which makes the water instantly gain tremendous speed. So the security of Bolton Strid is just an insidious natural illusion. Under the seething water lies a tangled network of caves and tunnels, and no one knows how deep this stream goes because no one's been able to return from the depths. Perhaps Ramsay would appreciate it. Hanakapi Beach. Surely you know that in Hawaii a warm climate reigns for all year long, which attracts thousands of tourists who are hungry to lie in the sun. For many, these islands are associated with incredibly beautiful beaches, exotic birds, plants, and exciting holidays. And flower necklaces. But even in such a heavenly place, you may be in danger. For example, even the most experienced swimmers can't cope with the powerful undercurrents near the beach of Hanakapi. Therefore, an ordinary tourist just doesn't need to challenge it. No matter how fabulous the Hawaiian Islands seem, the ocean here isn't always glad to guests over the past 40 years. More than 400 people drowned in the coastal waters. There's even a sign where every tragic event is marked, and due to the fact that the beach of Hanakapi is quite far from human settlements, there's no rescuers, and accordingly no hope that someone will quickly pull a drowning person out of the water. Therefore, visitors are advised not to climb into the ocean at all and peacefully sunbathe on the sand. Amazon Basin. The Amazon, known all over the world, is the largest and deepest river on our planet, and its pool is so huge that it hasn't been fully explored to the end. It's the world's largest wet tropical forest, which occupies an immense territory, almost 6 million square kilometers. Just imagine who can inhabit this giant pond. Of course you won't find here any mystical monsters, but you should fear any toothy piranhas or, for example, electric eels. By the way, the size of the animals doesn't matter at all. In the Amazon Basin, there's a fairly small fish which was given the name toothpick, and although it seems innocuous, this small parasitic freshwater catfish can easily penetrate the human body. But the danger of the reservoir doesn't end there. Probably many of you already know the black caiman. Just look, this is some kind of alligator on steroids. The muscles of the caiman are very large, and these animals can grow up to 6 meters in length. Black caimans are by right the local kings, who indiscriminately eat all those who come across them, including tourists. Lake Victoria. At a first glance, this place, located in Africa, seems the most ordinary lake with blue water, where there's absolutely no danger. But if even the most experienced divers dare to dive in, it immediately becomes clear why it's better not to deal with Lake Victoria. The fact is that the pond is inhabited by hippopotamuses, crocodiles, and waterfowl. Yes, the birds, of course, won't attack you, but Victoria is full of bloodthirsty alligators. In addition, there's a thing called a tsetse fly, who's a carrier of heaps of dangerous diseases, including sleepy dropsy. Remember we told you that in water bodies you're unlikely to meet mystical creatures? Well, not here. Local residents are sure that in Lake Victoria lives a unique animal, which they call lukvata. Periodically it comes out of the depths of the lake, and not only frightens fishermen, but also takes away the entire catch from them. Yes, such a peculiar African Nessie hooligan. Alley of Sharks. As you might have guessed from the title, this dangerous place next to Cape Town is famous for its large number of bloodthirsty predators. Here lives one of the largest populations of great white sharks in the world. Therefore, if you don't want to meet face to face with this animal, then you shouldn't even shove hands and feet into this pond. Nevertheless, despite the fact that there are plenty of hungry predators, the locals came up with extreme entertainment for tourists: cage diving. Extreme lovers are placed in a protected metal cage and then immersed in the open ocean to observe the huge sea predators from the distance of the outstretched hand. By the way, according to the local residents themselves, the sharks are curious and very friendly, but to be honest, we don't want to check this out, would you? Black Hole Lake. Most of our viewers for sure know a lot about black holes, the main feature of which is to irretrievably absorb any substance. Almost the same can be said about this reservoir, which is located in Russia. The Black Hole Lake is so saturated with various harmful wastes of factories located nearby that, to date, it's recognized as one of the most polluted water bodies on the planet. Moreover, the black hole exudes not only the most pleasant aromas, which even the smell of burning can't interrupt. Water, if you can still call it that at all, resembles caustic black resin, which sucks in all the living things. Of course, we doubt very much that someone who sees this place will want to swim there, but still, we warn you that this isn't the best idea. So what other dangerous ponds or bodies of water do you know, friends? Maybe some of them you even saw personally. Share your stories in the comments, and don't forget about the likes. Amazing gadgets, upcoming technologies, incredible inventions, and other cool stuff related to high tech on TechZone. Subscribe, you won't regret it. The link is on the screen and in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.